We just dropped 3 new swords in our shop recently, X05, X06, and C04. After going through tons of market feedback and your suggestions, I found something really interesting. Not every sword fan only loves strict historical replicas. A lot of people actually prefer modern hybrid designs that combine classic structures, great aesthetics, and practicality. That's exactly why we launched these 3 new models. We want to cater to more players and different aesthetic preferences. I want to be fully honest with you guys today. AzureForge has been running for a whole year now, but we're still operating at a loss. Developing new swords is way harder than it looks. It requires super long development cycles, high mold costs, and extremely complicated craftsmanship. I know many of you love our designs, but you don't end up placing an order. Tight budget, shipping restrictions, or simply not trusting a new brand, yet all of these are totally reasonable concerns. Because of all that, we had to ask ourselves honestly, how do we keep this brand alive? The answer is simple. We have to let go of the obsession with pure historical replication. We need to create swords for ordinary players. Only by securing our survival first can we keep making better swords for everyone. Originally, I planned to review the X05 first for this video. But surprisingly, just 2 days after the X06 went live, we got flooded with inquiries. It totally blew our expectations. We positioned the X06 as a lightweight minimalist fantasy sword. It features a simple crossguard and teardrop pommel with soft and neutral lines, no aggressive or over-the-top styling at all. I think the reason it's so popular is pretty simple. This clean, subtle look perfectly fits mainstream public aesthetics. So, up to this point, what's your first impression of the X06? Let me know in the comments. All detailed specs are on screen right now. Feel free to pause and check. Quick key numbers. Total weight, 1.25 kilograms, balance point 8 centimeters from the crossguard. And the sweet spot is also marked. You can clearly see how balanced this sword is. Let's start with the most intuitive parts, the grip and the scabbard. Both the grip and scabbard adopt custom synthetic leather that we invested extra to develop. It's completely different from cheap generic materials. It looks and feels nearly identical to real cowhide. Thick and premium. Every piece is hand-wrapped by our craftsmen with exquisite and tidy details. We also upgraded its practical durability. The scabbard mouth is reinforced with double-layer leather. This position wears out the fastest from repeated drawing and sheathing. The double-layer design greatly improves durability, preventing cracking, peeling, and long-term damage. Here's one crucial detail many brands cheap out on: the sword hanger strap. The hanger is a wearable part that bears the full weight of the sword, so we absolutely cannot cut corners here. We use genuine cowhide for the hanger. We control costs reasonably on non-essential parts, but we never skimp on key stress-bearing components. Let's take a look inside the grip. I'll show you the real internal structure. It has a solid wooden core, no cheap plastic at all. We apply extra glue during assembly to eliminate shaking rattles and greatly improve overall durability. The impact force during chopping is extremely huge, so solid reinforcement is essential to prevent loosening and abnormal noise over time. The grip is wrapped with stainless steel wire, which tightly fixes the leather and disperses impact force. It fundamentally reduces the risk of grip cracking and loosening, maximizing durability. The crossguard, teardrop pommel, and scabbard fittings are all made of stainless steel, with a unified vintage-aged finish, creating a cohesive retro texture and style. All metal parts are fully rounded and polished with no sharp edges or burrs at all. It's super smooth and comfortable to hold, even during long-time handling. HEMA practitioners will recognize this crossguard immediately. It's a classic HEMA structure inspired by the ancient river-found Castillon sword. I'm not a professional history researcher, so feel free to share more historical facts in the comments. Originally, I planned to adopt the pear-shaped pommel from our C04 model. but it looked visually unbalanced and awkward after installation. Finally, we switched to this teardrop pommel. It not only makes the overall silhouette more coordinated, but also delivers a smoother, more fitting grip for better force control. These crossguard and pommel are mature, universal HEMA accessories with proven stability and practicality. Through market testing, the tang is fixed with traditional riveting. As every sword enthusiast knows, this is the most solid and reliable fixing method available. The overall assembly is clean, precise, and well structured. It fully meets the craftsmanship standard for this price range, with excellent overall texture. The blade is forged from classic 6.5mm spring steel. It's not top-tier steel, but it boasts excellent stability and high fault tolerance. We have mature control over its heat treatment and performance, ensuring stable quality control. We have also introduced brand new heat treatment technology, and future versions will be upgraded to 60 Psi 2MN steel for better overall performance. I'll show you the internal blade structure directly, so you can clearly see our craftsmanship trade-offs and design logic. This sword's structural design fully absorbs feedback from numerous sword enthusiasts. The blade is designed with stress relief structures to avoid bending or breaking under extreme chopping force. The tang also adopts a waist shrinkage design to release structural stress and enhance overall safety. The blade profile is inspired by the XFL Leia style, an all-around design that performs excellently in both cutting and thrusting. On this basis, we sharpen the tip further to upgrade thrusting performance, while finally adjusting the overall weight distribution. This makes the sword lightweight and well-balanced in hand. Not everyone is super strong, so easy and comfortable handling is the core demand for most players. I almost forgot the blade thickness data. All measurement charts are displayed on the screen for your reference. We finely tuned the overall weight distribution by matching the pommel. For its positioning and price range, I think its balanced performance is definitely above average. Alright, enough specs and craftsmanship details. Let's jump straight into the practical test to see the real performance of the X06. One-piece full tang design improves overall firmness. Rust-proof stainless steel crossguard and pommel are fixed with rivets tightly. No shake or loose parts during repeated swings, ensuring long-term stable daily use. Built with premium 6.5mm spring steel via professional oil quenching and brushed polishing. The blade features high tensile strength and great toughness, staying intact under 10 degrees bending. Sharp blade edge supports cutting bottles, wood boards, and piercing thin iron sheets for daily cutting practice. We combine classic crossguard, ergonomic pommel, and diamond blade freely for unique fantasy styling. Made of oil-quenched 6.5mm spring steel with full tango, this sword owns great toughness and sharp cutting edge. Adopting artificial leather hand-stitched grip and scabbard, it delivers durable use and comfortable grip. Ideal for collection, display, and themed cosplay for all sword lovers. The center of gravity sits at approximately 7 to 8 centimeters from the hilt, giving the sword a stable and responsive feel in hand. The geometric center is around 59 to 61 centimeters, while the blade's center extends to about 79 to 81 centimeters from the hilt, showing a forward distributed cutting structure. Interestingly, the balance point closely matches the center of gravity, reinforcing control right at the grip, and thanks to its tuned flexibility, the blade offers strong toughness with controlled responsiveness, not too rigid, not too soft. The balance built for precision and performance in motion. That's the full review of our brand new AzureForge X06 Fantasy Sword. After watching all the details and test results, would you consider getting this sword for its looks, build quality, and performance? If you have any questions, want to know more details, or hope to see more tests, feel free to contact us through all our platforms. Almost forgot, the X06 comes with a dual scabbard system. One is wrapped in leather built to protect your blade during transport. The other is crafted from wood, a blank canvas for your imagination, because this isn't just storage, it's where your fantasy world begins. Please like, subscribe, and bookmark our channel. This is AzureForge, a young brand with years of professional sword making experience. See you next time.